Hello and welcome to the Foxcatcher AFL show. My name's Julian Vallance, joined not by Bernie Vince, it's actually by Mitch Wallis, as you can see there. 162 games for the Western Bulldogs. G'day, Mitch.
G'day, how you doing?
I am good. We're going to get into a review of just where we were at last round and where we see a few of these teams evolving as we get closer to the pointy end of the season here, Mitch, because this is interesting. 9 teams don't go into 8. And we can see right now that this is going to be interesting. Have a look at these teams that we see here. Bulldogs, Coast, Giants, Fremantle. They're the 4 that probably are on the link, and possibly Hawthorn as well, that I keep holding on to that might miss out. But you can see this is the ladder where it sits right now.
Yes.
And then let's have a look at the next graphic here and we'll see who they actually play that are in the top 8. And you can see there that the Bulldogs probably have the best run home. Out of those teams there, is there one in particular you think's probably going to miss?
Going to miss? I'm going to have to go with the Gold Coast Suns. Yep. Now, we know they've got a game. They've got a game in hand, round 24. So if it does come down to that game, it's going to be a hell of a watch. But it is tight. There's one win that separates, you know, from teams from 3rd to 9th. So look, in terms of the easiest runs, you touched on the Bulldogs, so I think they'll be firmly in the 8. But it will come down to, like I said, those last couple of games, and it's a tight contest, which we love.
Absolutely. You spoke about the Gold Coast Suns here, so let's get the best of the rest market. Exclusive to PointsBet, the team that's going to finish 9th. Now, you can see Gold Coast Suns there. If you wanted to be involved there, Mitch, you can get $10.
Real value.
We spoke about this about a month ago when we launched this, Bernie and I, and we sort of pushed into the Giants, and I pushed hard into Hawthorn. Now, Hawks probably safe. The Giants were around $6.50 at the time. They're now favourites at $2.40. For me, the Giants and Freo are the 2 most vulnerable. I just think they're going to have to play a few good teams. So we'll see how that lines up.
That unfolds. It's interesting. In Freo, there's always that Perth factor. You know, late in the season, there's a bit of fatigue, and those clubs that have to travel, whether that plays on their minds and gives them an extra opportunity over there. So, look, it's going to be tight. I'm loving what the ladder's doing, and it's great for footy fans alike. Absolutely.
Let's get to the built different player of the week. This guy has just been a revelation, I think, probably in the last 4 or 5 years. He's now become the captain of the club. We talk about Noah Anderson. He racks them up consistently, but he added probably another string to the bow last week. He kicked a couple of goals, Mitch.
Yeah, he did. And, look, he's an outstanding leader, and he's equal first on the coaches' votes with Nick Dacos.
Right.
So, again, maybe his opponent this weekend, but he's just a ball magnet, averaging over 30 touches, and that's including that round 13 game where he did get subbed out through that injury. So, look, if you're looking to play in the disposal market, to get 30 plus at $1.87, I think that will hit. And to kick 2+ goals, like you said, he did on the weekend. So if you want to combine them, you get real value there. And the Brownlow medal's an interesting one. I think he's going to poll really well. There's only probably 2 or 3 players, I think Jordan Dawson, Bailey Smith and Nick Dacos ahead of him. So if he continues on this form, it'll be a great value at $8.50 to have a little play there.
Absolutely, and they keep winning. He's going to put his name into that frame for sure for the Brownlow. Their road ahead's interesting here, Mitch, because as you said, you think they might just be outmissed. I know they've got a game up their sleeve, but the next 3 in particular, they have to try and jag 2. They've got to at least win 1, don't they? And probably this week against the Pies might be their best chance.
It is, and I think they won last time up there. Our man Noah Anderson had 40 touches. So, look, it's a big month. If they can snag at least 2, it'll go a long way for them to playing in the 8. But, you know, it's what it's made of. You know, it's cracked down to this next month. And if they deserve to be in the finals, they'll play some good footy and they'll get the wins. But I just think someone has to miss out. And for mine, unluckily, it's going to be the Gold Coast Suns.
Interesting from Mitch. Let's get to round 18 action. It's Thursday night. For some bizarre reason, the AFL decided to go, let's keep playing Carlton in these Thursday night blockbuster games. They play Brisbane. We know Brisbane are going to be short price favourites and deservedly so. But I want to talk about the 5-day break. And again, Brisbane are going to be off the 5-day break. So there's been 8 teams that have done it this year, Mitch. There's only been 3 wins, 5 losses. But more importantly that, we talk about market expectation a lot on this show. Only one team have been able to exceed market expectation, and that's the Pies, and they're the best team in the competition. So, look, we know Carlton are going terribly, but it might be a little bit closer than we think with that 5-day break.
It might. And, look, 5-day breaks are now a part of football. So what's the best way to prepare? Teams historically have come out quite well, but it's just about lasting for the 4 quarters. So, look, the odds there, it says, you know, there's 5 losses in the total of 8 games. I can't see it playing a factor this weekend because Carlton are going no good. I reckon like you said, Brisbane are going to get it done well. Yeah,
I think Brisbane will win, but that 5-day break might make it a little bit closer. The Blues need to lift. If you're having a bet, please make sure it's a sharp one. We'll see you soon.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.